You ever wonder if your dog is truly happy or if you're actually doing a good job as their person? Here's the quiet truth. Your dog already knows they do. Thank you every single day, just not in words. You see it in the small things, the soft lean against your leg, the sigh they let out when you come home, the way their tail moves only for you. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it's real. Most people never notice those moments. They think love is the big stuff, the treats, the toys, the trips to the park. But for your dog, love looks a little different. It looks like safety. It feels like patience. It sounds like the rhythm of your breath beside them at night. And here's the beautiful part. Once you learn to recognize these quiet thank yous, you'll realize you've been doing far more right than you ever thought. You'll see that every wag, every sigh, every gentle touch is your dog's way of saying, "I'm happy because of you." So today, we're going to uncover 10 unmistakable signs that you are a truly great dog owner. The things your dog secretly thanks you for every single day. Stay until the end because once you hear them, you'll never look at those quiet moments the same way again. 1. They greet you. Like homecoming is a miracle. You walk through the door and suddenly the whole house changes. There's the sound of paws rushing over the floor, a tail slapping against the wall, eyes that light up like they just saw the sun rise for the first time. In that moment, you're not just a person coming home, you're their entire world returning. Every time you step inside, they remind you that love for them is never routine. It's celebration. It's pure joy wrapped in fur and heartbeat. Most people don't realize what that greeting really means. Scientists have found that when a dog sees their person after time apart, both dog and human release the same hormone a mother feels when holding her baby, oxytocin. That rush of connection isn't just excitement, it's proof of something deep and biological. Your dog is bonded to you on a level that can't be faked. They don't greet everyone this way. They save it for the one they trust completely, you. And here's the part that always gets me. If your dog came from a shelter, if they were ever abandoned or scared, that wild, joyful welcome means even more. It's not just happiness, it's healing. It means they've learned that love always comes back, that no matter how many doors once closed on them, this one always opens to you. So when they spin in circles or leap like they've been waiting a lifetime, don't rush to calm them down. Let them celebrate. Because in their eyes, your return is a small miracle they never take for granted. Every wag, every bark, every sloppy kiss is their way of saying, "You came back, you always do." And if that doesn't make your heart melt, just wait. Because what they do next when the house finally grows quiet again says even more about how deeply they trust you. 2. They don't follow you. They mirror you. At first it feels like coincidence. You sit down and a few seconds later, your dog sighs and lies down too. You shift in your chair. They stretch. You walk to the window. They wander a few steps behind and stop at almost the same distance. It's easy to think they're just following you, but look closer. They're not following. They're mirroring. Dogs do this when they feel deeply connected. It's not obedience. It's empathy in motion. In the wild, members of a pack mirror each other's movements to stay safe and close, to breathe, hunt, and rest in rhythm. And your dog, even though they live in your quiet home and sleep on soft blankets, still carries that instinct in their bones. When they mirror you, it means they've chosen you as their pack, their rhythm, their calm. It's a subtle language of love, one without words. When you sigh after a long day, they do too. When you laugh, their tail flicks with that soft, knowing wag. When you sit still to think, they find peace in your stillness. They're not just near you, they're in tune with you, like music softly matching its melody to yours. And here's something most people don't realize: dogs don't copy those they fear. They only mirror those they trust completely. So if your dog lies down when you do or curls up in the same direction you face, it's their way of saying, "I belong here. I belong with you." It's not about dependence, it's about harmony. For older dogs, this mirroring becomes almost sacred. Their energy fades, but their bond deepens. They no longer need to watch your every move, they just need to feel your presence and let it guide theirs. It's love without noise, connection without demand. So the next time you glance over and find your dog resting the same way you are, don't laugh it off. Notice it, appreciate it. Because in that quiet imitation lies something beautiful, proof that your heartbeat has become the rhythm they trust most. And if that gentle synchronicity warms your heart, Wait until you see what they do next when night falls and they choose the most vulnerable place in the world to prove their love right beside you in sleep. 3. They sleep right next to you, even if it's less comfy. Every night it's the same scene. A perfectly good dog bed sits just a few feet away, soft, warm, untouched. And yet when you finally lie down there, they are pressing against your leg, curling into the curve of your back, wedging themselves into a space that's clearly too small for two. It doesn't look comfortable. It probably isn't. But to them, it's perfect. Because dogs don't choose comfort over connection. They choose closeness over convenience every single time. When a dog sleeps beside you, they're doing something rare, something they don't even do with every other dog. In sleep, they're vulnerable. They can't guard, can't defend, can't run. So when they close their eyes beside you, it means one thing: they feel safe enough to let go. That quiet trust, that willingness to drift into dreams knowing you're there, is one of the most honest forms of love a dog can give. Scientists have even discovered that when dogs and humans sleep near each other, their heartbeats begin to synchronize. Their breathing slows to match yours. Without even realizing it, you both fall into the same rhythm, two beings from different species sharing one heartbeat of peace. It's not just sleep, it's bonding in its purest, most silent form. And for rescue dogs, this moment means everything. Many of them spent nights alone, alert, listening for danger, never daring to rest. But with you, the one who stayed, who fed, who waited, they finally can. The first time they curl up beside you, belly exposed, paws twitching in dreams, it's more than a nap. It's a declaration: I'm home now, I can rest. So the next time you find yourself on the edge of the bed, half covered in fur, barely able to move, don't push them away. Smile. Because your presence is their peace. You are the reason their body can finally surrender to sleep. And as their breathing slows beside you, they're saying the simplest, truest thank you in the world by choosing your warmth over every other comfort. And if that touches your heart, just wait. Because when morning comes and they bring you something unexpected, a toy, a sock, a leaf from the yard, that's their way of saying thank you all over again. 4. They bring you toys or socks or something you never asked for. It happens in the simplest moments. You're reading, working, or just lost in thought when suddenly there, it is a squeaky toy dropped at your feet, an old tennis ball, a single slipper, or maybe something stranger. A sock that definitely isn't yours. You didn't ask for it. You didn't even look their way. But there they stand, eyes bright, tail wagging, chest puffed out with quiet pride, waiting for you to notice. To you it might look like mischief, but to your dog it's a gift. In their world, sharing what they value most isn't random, it's intimate. In packs, wolves bring food to those they trust. Puppies bring scraps to the ones they bond with. And your dog, in their own funny, heartfelt way, is doing the same. When they place that toy or sock in front of you, they're not asking to play. They're saying, "This matters to me, so now I want you to have it too." For a rescue dog, this gesture carries even deeper meaning. Dogs who once hid food or hoarded scraps out of fear now bring things to you. Not because they want something in return, but because they finally feel safe enough to give. It's their way of saying, "I trust you with what's mine." That's not small, that's huge. Because generosity for a dog comes only after they've healed. And here's the sweetest part: it's not about the object at all. It's about the moment. The way they drop it carefully at your feet, the glance they give you, that little hopeful wag while they wait. They're watching to see if you'll understand the message behind the mess. Because to them, that soggy toy isn't trash, it's love in the only language they know. So next time you step on a half-chewed bone or find your slipper mysteriously in the hallway, pause before you sigh. Look at them. See the pride in their eyes. They're not showing off, they're saying, "You matter to me." Because when dogs give, they give their whole heart, even if it comes wrapped in drool and fur. And if you think that kind of love is sweet, just wait. The next thing they'll give you isn't something they can carry in their mouth, it's something far more sacred. They'll give you their trust in the most vulnerable way possible by showing you their belly. 5. They show you their belly or their neck. It always happens quietly. You're sitting on the couch, maybe scrolling through your phone, lost in thought, and then you hear it. The soft thump of paws. You glance down, and there they are, rolling onto their back legs in the air, head tilted just enough to expose that tender underside of their neck. It looks playful, even goofy, but to a dog that posture is sacred. You see, the belly and the throat are where every vital organ lives, the parts every animal instinctively protects. In the wild, no creature exposes them without absolute trust. So when your dog lies there completely open, it's not just comfort, it's surrender. It's their silent way of saying, "I know you won't hurt me." That kind of trust can't be taught. It's not something you can train with treats or repetition. It's earned slowly, gently through safety, presence, and love. For dogs who've known fear, who once flinched at a hand or froze at a voice, this moment is monumental. It's the day their body finally believes what their heart already hoped, that you're different, that you're safe. Sometimes they don't even want you to touch them when they roll over. They're not asking for a belly rub, they're asking you to see them, to notice their vulnerability and honor it. So instead of reaching too fast, pause. Let your eyes meet theirs. Give them a small smile, a soft word. That acknowledgement means more than you think. Because in their world, showing the belly isn't about seeking affection, it's about offering faith. And if you've ever had a rescue dog, you know how powerful that moment feels the first time they expose their stomach without flinching or tilt their head so their neck rests against your palm. It's not just love, it's transformation. It's the moment their past finally lets go. So next time your dog rolls onto their back beside you, don't just see a cute pose. See a story, one of healing, of safety, of trust reborn. They're not showing off, they're showing you their heart. And if that quiet surrender makes you tear up just a little, hold on, because what comes next is even more intimate. When the world feels loud, when thunder shakes the windows and fear finds its way into their chest, watch what they do. They'll come to you not to hide, but to heal. 6. They lick you. Especially during storms. It always starts the same way. The sky darkens. Thunder rolls in the distance, and somewhere in the house, you hear the soft sound of paws on the floor. Then a familiar face appears. Ears low, eyes wide, body trembling just a little. They come closer, seeking you, the one place in the world that feels safe. You whisper, "It's okay." And before you know it, they start to lick your hand. Slow, steady, almost rhythmic. It's not random, it's a language. For dogs, licking is one of the first ways they ever learn to communicate. As puppies, they lick their mother's mouth to ask for food, for warmth, for reassurance. It's their way of saying, "Help me feel safe again." And when they do it to you during storms, fireworks, or moments of fear, it means something simple and powerful. They believe you can make the world calm again. But here's the part. Most people don't realize sometimes they lick you. Not because they need comfort, but because you do. Dogs can sense our emotions more deeply than we can imagine. They feel the tension in your breath, the quick beat of your heart, the shift in your tone before a single word leaves your mouth. When they lick your hand in silence, it's not always fear they're fighting. Sometimes it's empathy. It's their way of saying, "I know, I feel it too, and I'm here." Science backs this up. Licking releases endorphins that calm both dog and human. But what science can't quite explain is the magic behind that moment. Because when your dog presses close and gently licks your fingers, it's not just biology at work, it's love in motion. It's the oldest comfort in the world, passed from mother to pup, from pup to you. And if you've ever sat there, storm outside, raging lights flickering, and felt that wet nose and warm tongue against your skin, you know it's not about the storm at all. It's about connection. It's about trust so deep that even fear can't break it. So the next time thunder roars and your dog seeks your side, don't push them away. Let them lick your hand. Let them remind you that safety isn't a place, it's a feeling, one you built together. Because when your dog does that, they're not just asking you to calm them. They're saying, "You've always been my peace. Let me be yours too." And when the thunder finally fades and the night grows still, something beautiful happens. They don't leave your side. They simply sit beside you, silent and steady, matching your breath with theirs. That quiet stillness says more than words ever could. 7. They choose. Stillness beside you. There are moments when your dog doesn't ask for anything. No toy, no treat, no walk. They simply come near you. Maybe while you're reading, folding laundry, or sipping coffee by the window, and lie down. Not on your lap, not demanding attention, just close enough that you can feel their warmth. No bark, no tail thump, just silence. To some it looks like nothing, but to your dog that silence means everything. Stillness for them is never just stillness. It's either fear or peace. And when they choose to rest beside you in that calm, unguarded way, it means they feel safe. Safe enough to stop watching the door. Safe enough to stop listening for danger. Safe enough to simply be. This quiet companionship is one of the most sacred things a dog can offer. It's love that doesn't need to be loud, a kind of wordless presence that says, I don't need to do anything. I just want to exist where you are. It's the canine version of trust at its purest, to share space without expectation. For older dogs, this stillness becomes a daily ritual. They no longer chase as much or bark as often. Their joy isn't in running, it's in belonging. Just lying close enough to hear you breathe is their comfort now. And for rescues, dogs who once paced nervously afraid to stay still, this moment is monumental. When they finally lie down beside you quietly, with eyes half closed, it's not laziness, it's peace. It's the kind of peace that only comes from knowing they're home. Sometimes they'll glance at you, then look away, not to ignore, but to honor your space. That's love in its most mature form, presence without demand. They're saying, I trust you enough to rest. So when your dog lies quietly at your feet, when their breathing syncs with yours, don't break that silence. Don't move too fast. Just breathe with them, because in that stillness, two lives once strangers now share the same rhythm, the same calm, the same home. And when morning comes, that peace turns into something else. You'll feel it in the softest way, in the gentle tap of a paw, the cold nudge of a nose, the unspoken joy of a day beginning with love. 8. They wake you, with a nose or a paw. Before the sun rises, before the alarm sounds, before the coffee even brews, there it is, the gentle pressure of a paw on your arm, a warm nose nudging your hand, maybe a quiet sigh soft as a whisper. You open your eyes and there they are, watching you with the kind of patience only love can teach. No barking, no whining, just a silent, steady reminder that a new day has begun and they've been waiting for you to join it. It's easy to think they just want food or a walk, and sometimes, sure, that's part of it. But look closer. There's something deeper in the way they wake you. It's not hunger, it's connection. Dogs are creatures of rhythm. They memorize our schedules, our patterns, our breath in the dark. When they wake you this way, gently and deliberately, it's their way of saying, I missed you even in sleep. There's something sacred about that first light of morning when the world is quiet, the air still, and the only thing that moves is your dog's soft breath against your hand. It's their favorite time because to them, love isn't measured in hours apart, but in every moment together. For dogs who once feared touch or slept alone, this gesture is huge. It's not just routine, it's courage. It's trust reborn with every sunrise. They could wait by the door or stare from across the room, but instead, they choose closeness. They choose you. That gentle nudge isn't just to wake you up, it's to say, you're here, I'm here, and that's all I need. So the next time you feel that soft paw against your chest or a cold nose pressing into your hand, don't rush out of bed. Take a second, look at them, smile. Because in that moment before the noise and chaos of the day, you're seeing love in its purest form, quiet, patient, and full of faith. And as you sit up, stretch, and begin your morning, they'll be there, eyes bright, tail wagging, ready to face the world with you. Because to them, every sunrise is worth celebrating as long as you're part of it. And when the day goes on and you pick up that brush or towel, notice how they stay still even if they don't like it. Because that's love too, the kind that trusts your hands even when it doesn't feel easy. You began this video wondering if you were doing it right, if your dog was truly happy, if you were truly enough. But now you know. The answer was never hidden. It's been right in front of you this whole time, in the tail that wags when you walk through the door, in the quiet nap beside your chair, in the soft sigh that says, I'm home. These 10 signs aren't just behaviors. They're love letters written in fur, in motion, in silence. They're your dog's way of saying thank you for the patience, the kindness, the safety you've built without even realizing it. You didn't just feed them. You gave them peace. You didn't just train them. You taught them what home feels like. And that makes you something rare. So tonight before you sleep, take one quiet moment. Look at your dog. Watch them breathe. Notice how calm they are when you're near. That calm, that steady rhythm is proof that you've done something truly beautiful. You've given another being a life where they feel safe enough to rest, to dream, to trust. And when you think about it, isn't that all any of us really want? If one of these signs reminded you of your own dog, I'd love to hear your story. What moment made you realize your dog truly trusted you? Leave it in the comments. Your words might just help someone else see the love waiting quietly beside them too. And if this video touched your heart, stay with us. In our next story, we'll explore something even more tender: the quiet ways dogs comfort you when you don't even realize you need it. Because love, the real kind, always flows both ways. So give your pup a gentle pat, whisper a thank you, and remember to them, you're not just a good owner, you're home.